Do you feel like very alone right now? Whether in a love connection or just like in regards to maybe self love, like, is there this feeling of just being alone? Like you're carrying the burden, carrying the weight of like trying to figure it all out. And you feel like, bruh, I just need things to be more fair, be more balanced, because I can't do this alone for much longer.
I feel like I need something. You tried to fight, but you escaped me. My brain is racing for sanity. My heart is racing for clarity.
All right, so what's going on, y'all? Santana, better known as Aubrey, and this is going to be a reading for my Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Okay, keep in mind that this is a general reading. Okay, so it is not a personal reading by any means. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, which is on screen as well as in the description box below. You can either book a full reading or you can do like a quickie Q&A, like little 5-minute reading. You can get that as well, okay, for like a fraction of the price, okay? But either way, this is a general reading. This is not meant to be taken personally. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Now let's get into it, okay? So, Taurus, your energy for this love connection is to be fair. This is about balance. This is about justice. This is about a need to consider your options. And this is about basically like the law of cause and effect and mutual benefit, right? Can you find a way to achieve fairness right now? This is a time for active listening, as well as speaking, for understanding, as well as asking to be understood. There is much to be learned, and you will learn it if you remain open and objective, weighing options and considering all sides. Your heart wants to connect to others, so allow for a balanced exchange of ideas and actions, because the best kind of relationship is one in which there are mutual benefit, and each party feels heard, valued, and respected. Be fair to all. Clarifying that, Taurus, we have power as well as the Nine of Cups, which tells me that you are trying to get to a space to where you are emotionally stable, right? You want to feel emotionally stable within a connection. You want to know that somebody has you, somebody has your back, right? Because right now, I feel like you might be going through a spiritual overhaul. You might very well be going through a spiritual overhaul, right? Because the last 2 years was all about, me, refiguring out who Taurus is, coming into my own identity. And now that you've come into who you are not willing to settle by any means. It's like, this is who I am. I am comfortable with who the hell I am. I know what it is that I want. I know what it is that I need. And I'm not willing to back down from that. And so right now, you're kind of having to learn, okay, how do I sustain my independence and sustain, the emotional stability that I've, was forced to get over the last 2 years? Like, how do I sustain this new place that I've got into without compromising, my relationship, right? Like, how do I enforce my boundaries and what it is that I need without compromising the needs of a relationship and without, making sure that another person doesn't feel unheard and that it's an equal give and take and that it's a balanced partnership. That is honestly where I feel like y'all are at right now, is just finding that common ground. Okay. So to start this reading off, where you are personally is the passion is ignited. And to clarify this, we have the Two of Cups in reverse, right? So you are in a place of self-love, right? You are in a place of self-love. Some of you may have broken free from a toxic relationship. You're now in a space where it's just like, yes, me, independence. Yes, I love this newfound freedom. I know I love this new life. I've learned the lessons that I need to learn. I've broken free from the trauma. I might have some triggers that come up every now and then, but it's okay because I am in a space where I'm loving me, right? For most of you guys, right? Now, others of you guys are in a space where there could be some sort of imbalance because, there might be broken communication between you and a person, right? So if you haven't already reached that place of attaining self-love and being at that place where you love yourself and you're independent and all of this, that, and the third, Life may be trying to direct you there, right? You might be in a relationship where there's broken communication. You might be in a love connection where there's no contact, right? And you might be in a space of codependency, and the universe is trying to show you, like, hey, this is about you coming into your own right now. So basically, what I'm saying is that half of y'all are already there, and half of y'all need to hurry up and get the fuck there, okay? Now, as far as the other person that is in this love connection, okay? The other person that's connected to you in this love connection, the energy that they have, it's almost like they could do something, but they're not, right? It seems as though they're blocked, but they can definitely take a step, right? This person might be in a space of, negative thinking or like self-imposed restrictions, or, might even be in a place of like victim mentality or feeling entrapped, right? Like, they may not necessarily know how to fix things between you two. They may not know how to fix things, right? They might feel like they're trapped or they're confined in this relationship, right? Or you might perceive them as being unable to escape this situation. Now, for some of you guys, I feel like this could be a double-edged sword, right? I feel like it may not necessarily be about the other person. I feel like both energies might represent you. Like, half of you is like self-love, I got to get there. And then the other half of you is like, okay, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to get there. I don't know if I'll ever be able to walk away from this person, right? Because energy is very fluid. So it's not always like, okay, this is about this one person. It's going to be different for everyone. But I do feel like the overall energies that's coming out with this whole reading is about self-love and basically doing what needs to be done, and stepping out of fear and stepping into faith. Stepping out of fear, stepping into faith, getting on your shit before shit gets on you, and getting to a place where you're so sick and tired of being sick and tired that you say, okay, I'm fed up and it's time to put me first, right? And I feel like the other person, their perspective, the other energy, like their perspective of the relationship and of, this whole connection is changing. It's changing. Okay. But I do not know if it's going to be in a way where it's going to matter much, because the other energy is coming from a place where they're not able to take action right now, right? And it is because they believe that they're not able to, or something is holding them back, some sort of fear is holding them back. And so I feel like that is also why you are probably pushing yourself to a place of, I no longer give a fuck. It's about me, I got to balance these energies within me instead of looking externally, right? And so moving it along, in terms of the past, what happened in the past? In the past, we had the Strength card, and then we got the Ace of Swords. So I feel like in the past, maybe you tried to do something and it didn't necessarily work out. Almost like when you get so excited for something to happen and then it just does not work, right? It just does not work. It's almost like, how do I explain it? I feel like in the past, you may have conquered some sort of like obstacles, right? Or you could have made like some sort of like great realization at some point that definitely led up to today. Okay. But there was like some sort of defining moment where you had to overcome something in the past. And I feel like that is kind of why you are where you are now, right? Whether it's like, okay, I've overcome, like I've already dealt with being codependent. I've already dealt with somebody abusive. I've already dealt with somebody that did not love me for me and that really wasn't really there. So it's like, I'm not really trying to do that again, being that I've already done it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the energy now, where it's all about self-love. It's like, yeah, it's self-love because I'm going through the bullshit and I'm not about to go through it again with whoever this person is that is acting like they cannot give me what it is that I want and what I need. And honestly, Taurus, it's feeling like a test. It's feeling like been there, done that. You already done been through this shit. You already done passed with flying colors, got the grade, got the stamp of approval. So why the fuck are we trying to go through it again? You know what I'm saying? It's like a test of faith, test of like what it is that you've been through. Like, have you grown up? Have you learned your lesson? It's really that simple. And so in the near future, I see this coming to an end. Whatever this is that is trying to build, I feel like you're going to be in a space where you are disciplined enough within yourself to put a end to this, okay? Because it feels like a lack of direction. It feels like, yeah, I thought this was going somewhere, but it's actually not. It's actually not, because you know what? We're just not aligned. And you know what? This time around, after going through toxic relationships and whatnot, I have to put me first. I have to focus on my mental, focus on my emotional stability, and focus on what the fuck it is that I need. Because if I don't, I'm going to go crazy and might end up in jail for killing somebody. So it's best that we just nip this in the bud right here. Whatever this little fantasy was, let's go ahead and nip it in the bud. I'm going to be okay. Even if I'm not going to be okay, I'm going to fake it till I make it. But yeah, this has to stop. It has to end. I got to gain back control of my life. I may not be able to control this relationship, but I can control my life and what it is that I do. So I don't see this moving any further at all. Okay. Let me go ahead and give you guys a protection message. Okay. So whew, that was a lot of energy. What do we have as a protection message, Spirit? What can we end Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs off with? Am I keeping that? Do you want me to keep this as a protection message? Okay, it's about the work that's put in. Eight of Pentacles is about the work that's put in. We got no place like home. I feel like you are learning how to come home to yourself, right? I feel like you are being forced into a space where you're realizing that you are all you need, okay? Let's see what the book has to say. This is about authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. There are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you always got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar, and you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. So this time will not be different unless you do something different. I hope y'all enjoyed this, Taurus. Definitely make sure that you go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, to book you a full 30-minute or more personal reading. Either you can pay the full price for that, or you can take advantage of the little Q&A question, quickie questions that I be doing on live. Okay. I'm extending that now. So it's not just gonna be on live. If you want to book you a little, get you a little quickie Q&A, do that, or go book a full reading. Okay. I recommend a full reading. I love each and every one of y'all. Allegedly, please get on your shit before shit gets on you. I'm just here to help put y'all back into alignment. I'll see you in the next one.
Tell me what you want.